Fucker. Ah, that's too bad. I died. No. I purely don't play Star Citizen due to the fact that it doesn't save my progress. Big dick, no. Okay. Huh? Yeah.
There. She'll be waiting for you in the hangar.
Yeah, it knocked my game to stop. And I was like, are you still here? Yeah. I know.
much.
Anvil Aerospace. All systems online. Takeoff complete.
Have a good one.
What do you mean? Where is my mate going? What the hell?
Landing gear raised.
He's dead. I like that. Oh, I got a 1080. Oh, I kill so much people. The most damage done by another player is 4,170. Damage I done 9,161. Playing Maelstrom.
Yo, what's up?
The sky, space. No.
People I haven't actually met in here. Usually it's the same group of people. Nope, I don't think so. What's your name? Nope. Nope, I haven't met you two at all. No. I always run into that old dude that's always complaining. Always complaining about something. It's
Yeah,
either
it's
the
the kind of Texan
government.
kind of dude. Like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like him.
Uh, yeah. Right, and that dude, he's like 80 years old. He's over 60 for sure. I can't figure out how old he is.
Yeah, he wants to play the game before he dies.
Well, see, the thing is, he does play the game. He just says he doesn't because he wants to be like spiteful. Yeah, because he's definitely played the game. Because the other day he was in the game playing, but he was complaining about how the game will never get done. And you know what? I don't care if the game is never completely finished, as long as they get to a stable beta stage, so we can comfortably enjoy it. Because I get what they want to do, because they don't have they don't have their own what do you call EA? That's like their licensing company. They don't have one. So like if they finish the game, they will never make money again. You know, they'll have to lay everybody off.
Well, okay. I have to think though. I think this, this CitizenCon, they're going to release the F8. The F8
What's that?
Lightning. You don't know what the F8 Lightning. That's the most powerful fucking fighter in the whole fucking universe.
Ooh, I always thought
Yes.
that would be an alien ship. I always thought they would like.
It has two size 5 guns, 4 size 4 guns, and a bunch of size 3s.
It's gonna be expensive though. Hey guys, did you guys play DayZ?
Have, but I played more Arma than DayZ.
Have you guys ever heard of Reddit Rescue Force? Oh god damn! It was actually a really cool thing. It was super popular, dude. It was busy. Your scholar fucking up. So when do you guys think the whole medical thing and the like fuel shit and all that stuff will be in the game?
Probably within the year.
Well, because I wanted to start because Reddit Rescue Force was this thing for DayZ. You could get on Reddit and let them know, hey, you know, I broke my legs, or I'm being jumped by these people, and then they'd come in and they'd send people in and they'd come help you out. And it was a really sweet ass thing that they had. It worked well, and we used to have a website and everything else, but I would love to do something like that for Star Citizen. I feel like that would be really cool if they implement like medical stuff.
They're going to implement medical stuff. What do you think the Cutlass Red is for?
I mean, yeah, but like, I want it to be. I haven't heard a lot about it. Like, I want it to be in depth, kind of like DayZ, where it's like, oh, you broke your leg. That's now you got to fix your leg with the right equipment. You can't just like take a some random medicine and heal. It's not like a shooter or something where you just like take a bottle of pills and you're healed.
Can I
Yeah,
cut in
go
real quick?
Fuck, I think I killed one of our own.
Let me cut in real quick and let me explain this. The Cutlass Red has a tier 3 bed on it. The way the tiers of the beds work are opposite to like typically how like componentry and stuff like that runs. So tier 3 bed is essentially there to stabilize you and to get you from A to B while you're under the, you know, heavy treatment, if you will. If you're shot up really bad, the Cutlass Red is going to be able to keep you alive, but not for a sustained amount of time.
Okay, so it's not going to be like no actual medical system per se. It'll be like
This is me talking about just with the ships. Now I'll get into the gameplay afterwards.
Oh, okay.
The Apollo Triage. The Apollo and the Apollo Triage are both like clinics. They're mobile clinics. You got to get a checkup. You need to, make sure that all of your biomechanical parts and actual parts are working together and all that stuff and blah 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 whatever. They have a tier
Wow.
2 bed on them, which can treat minor injuries to moderate injuries, but not very severe or heavy damage to you. You would need a tier 1 bed, which is on like a Hope class Endeavor or in the hospitals inside of the
Hey, capital ships have, I think,
medical base. Yeah.
yeah.
What about like
The
actual gameplay mechanics? Because that's
the
where I think a rescue force would be. I mean, I think the ships would be great for like a rescue force and like a support team, but at the same time, he needs to like fix different than being sick.
yeah, of
Having
course. Game conservatively by like midway through next year, or if not Q3 of next year, if I really, really want to give it to you that way. My personal belief is that they're actually going to give us a full on like system. A stomach, we're gonna have intestines, we're gonna have like entire situation happening with us. Um that takes time, to make sure that that's all there and physicalized and you
No, I don't
having to
mind that at
do
all. I don't mind the time
yeah.
as long as they have goals that are like relevant to what we want.
Yeah, no,
I don't
of
want it to
course.
be just took a bullet to the face and you take some pills and wow, look your heels.
No.
I hate that shit. It's
No.
no.
Definitely not. That has to do with like death of a spaceman and the mechanic itself. Right now, the most bare bones version of the mechanic that you will get in the earliest amount of time is like dragging, body dragging, and the
That'll be great though. Nobody
yeah
else can
yeah
accomplish that. Dice
yeah
was gonna do that, but the amount EA wouldn't let them on it, so they had to drop fucking EA.
kind of stupid.
EA is a shit company though. That's why Star Citizen doesn't have that kind of shit because they know that's fucking shit.
Yeah, of course.
Because
But
like Star Citizen is taking forever to release, but like there are going to be so many more people that are interested in this once it comes out than Battlefield. Like Battlefield's going to have a fan base. Battlefield's becoming more of a Call of Duty because of EA. And
yeah, it is
and
a Call
everybody
of
thought
Duty.
Call of Duty was going to be some big shit, but I played that and I was like, dude, this feels a lot like Call of Duty. It doesn't feel all that new. Like, yeah, there's some new aspects, but this isn't like a total remake of the genre like they made it seem like it was gonna be.
Yeah, it's a new can of paint on an old game.
Right, and when you seen the trailer, like when the first trailer, with the night vision came out, oh fuck, that looks so good. But then when you actually see the game, you're like, oh, I mean, this is still, it looks better and it plays a little better, but it's still Call of Duty.
It's a Call of Duty, exactly. It's that formula. It's not like what Microsoft is doing with Halo and re-releasing Halo on the PC, which everyone's treating it like the second renaissance of Halo. Like people are treating it like it's like always meant to have been on PC and stuff like that. To me, in my mind, I thought Halo should have been on PC a long time, a very long time.
For sure. Because first of all, Microsoft owns basically 90% of all the PC gaming platform. So it's like, why have you guys not brought your biggest title to PC?
Where your entire what's funny is that their entire player base left consoles to get PCs, and they just didn't realize that till like a couple years back, and they were like, oh shit, everyone's buying computers now.
Right, actually, computers is the largest growing platform right now, which all my friends are all console fags, no offense, but that shit just pisses me off because you don't get anything. Like, first of all, you have to pay for live. What the fuck is that? And everybody's like, oh, you gotta pay for the service.
To use it.
No, you don't pay for the servers. The company,
No,
the developers
yeah.
pay for that. You don't pay for that. You're not paying for those. So if they're getting paid twice for the same thing, that's ridiculous.
Yep.
And they're
Well,
like,
think about it as your antivirus. Also paid yearly.
well, I guess, but you don't get mods. You don't get like,
No, you get a big
PC
dick in the
has-
butt.
PC has like 10,000 games, whereas consoles have like around 250. So it's like, do you want 10,000 games or do you want 250 and then have to buy a new console every fucking 2-3 years?
What? No, 6 years.
Hey, I just found a computer for sale. I was about to build one, but one of my buddies is selling a computer. He's got an i9900K and a 2080. And he's selling it for $2,000. He's got, a good mechanical hard drive, a good SSD, but I'll still get an M.2 because Star Citizen, I think, would really benefit from having that M.2. But that's just load times then, right? That's not actual framing.
If you're going from an HDD to an SSD M.2, huge difference. But if you're going from an SSD to an SSD M.2, not really that much.
Oh. And the cost of that, I'm not okay. So then don't drop $80 on the M.2. It's probably not worth it.
Question, Geek. How much RAM do you have?
32.
Okay, so you're fine. Yeah. You should be fine.
But down the line, I think I will. Down the line, I will probably upgrade to another 1080. If this game, Star Citizen, supports SLI, which it doesn't look like SLI is gonna stay here. Well,
It's not. I mean, it's not really necessary. I think singular cards now are utilize more of itself than utilizing two graphics cards.
okay. I
For
have one
that,
more
you might as
important
well.
question.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you have 3 different platforms trying to simultaneously take advantage of the SLI. You have your board, your card, your operating system, and the game. So then when they're all trying, you got. How did the guy say it? I was watching a YouTuber. How did he explain it? Oh, he said it's like, the whole saying of having too many cooks in the kitchen kind of thing.
Yep. Yep.
But I have one more big question because when I listen to Star Citizen and them talk about the game and like what it's going to be when they're finished, they're going to keep trying to push the envelope of what hardware can run. So I'm worried that like, yeah, my fucking 9900 might be nice and that 2080 would be good, but then in like 3 years they're going to like bump up the specs, so then like that's just going to be mediocre then.
No, I still have a 1080 that works fine.
Really? See, when I'm on Reddit or like any of these forums, everybody's like, "Oh, if you don't have the best of the best, don't even bother with this game because you can't even play it." And I'm like,
Yeah,
well,
but Reddit are
people on here-
fucking neckbeards.
fucking.
How did it feel? Is that 75%?
Okay, so the server is bottlenecking it. Oh. Okay.
The server.
But they're working on that technology, right? To like mesh these servers together, right?
No. That's for something else. The server side OCS or object container server side object container streaming is essentially think about a kid building a Lego set. And this kid, it's a little kid that just is gonna throw everything in there and make it look as close to the thing as possible. Now give that Lego set to the kid's dad, and the kid's dad can put it together for you accurately with every getting to where it needs. when it needs to be there, right? Or how it needs to be accurate. We right now are playing with the little kid, kind of deciding what's going on in the server and making kind of like a mess of the whole construction, if you will. Well,
Another big debate we were having the other day was when the aliens are going to come into the game, because they said Squadron 42 is should be done very soon, and there's no actual aliens.
oh, I mean,
So do you think that's going to be like CitizenCon that's coming out, or do you think it'll be not?
I
have you
think
not
CitizenCon
seen?
they will
Have you not
announce it.
seen? Yeah, have you not seen the Vandal?
Well, I have. I was just looking at that, and you know, that's an alien ship, and I think that's very interesting. And
No.
But there's no
like
alien cities, is there?
No. Hear me out a second. Like you've seen the trailer for Squadron 42, right?
Some parts of it. I don't know if I've seen the whole
No,
thing.
not the vertical slice. I'm talking about a 2.5 minute trailer for Star Citizen. They show
No, I
off,
have not, but I'm gonna
they
pull it
show
up right
off-
now.
Yeah, they show off the Vandal species and the kingship and stuff like that. They don't show any settlements to refer back to what you were asking, but they do show a kingship with commanding admiralty, it looks like, or just captains of that vessel, Vandal, and there's two of them. So you see
The one
the
stabs
pair of
one
them.
on the ground.
Yeah, no. That's the scene afterwards. I'm talking about the scene where they're in the kingship's bridge, and they're in armor. Squadron 42. Well, in game, like in the PU, in the persistent universe, it's kind of to be determined. Like we're supposed to have the Tabaran there. We're supposed to it's like those are things that will come in later, definitely. But right now, it's like we don't even have another system. Right now, we don't even have Stanton. You know, like fucking come on. Yeah. Like until Crusader is done, until New Babbage, Mag Protector is done, until Orison is done, until fucking Olisar has been blown up and taken care of, like none of that shit, none of Stanton is done.
I definitely hope I hope they send it out into space for some adventurer to find.
Yep. Oh, Sean, you have no idea how much I want this blown up. No idea.
I saw you apply to the Flight Academy again.
Send it out with a bang, dude. It's Olisar's a relic, bro. Olisar is what it is.
I'm your new wingman, sir.
It takes up it's kind of like the old face from Admiral Bishop in Squadron 42. His head is basically like it takes up a whole percentage of rendering.
Local scum use it
power
for cover
off
to
the
launch
game.
attacks.
One guy's head.
This is their
you
turf,
know?
so move
it's
an eye
whoa,
moving.
that's-
Keep your eyes
That's
open.
pretty nuts. So I'm quite I'm excited to see a lot of the stuff that they put into Squadron 42. Like
No
Titan
sudden
Suit
moves.
is on the Squadron 42
Who the
roadmap,
hell are
but
you?
it's going to be coming out, and I'm like,
We're
you have
OMC.
no idea how pumped. Like,
And OMC belongs to
no idea
SOCOM.
how fucking pumped I am.
Is that your boss?
It's
How
something
pumped
Supposed to
are
be
you?
scared of him or something.
like if I could be like a gas pump, I'd be that one.
The OMC aren't the only ones
If I
listening
could
into
be
comms.
a whole crowd of people fist bumping, I'd be that.
You're a sore knuckle.
We're OMC. And OMC belongs. Is that your boss? Are we supposed to be scared of him or something? Yeah.
The OMC aren't the only ones listening into comms.
All ships, we're under attack by Vandal forces. Repeat, we are under attack.
What? Sorry.
It has a weight capacity, and I don't think it can carry them.
Urban battles?
If it's gonna carry it, you know. Size 10s are fucking
Urban losses?
I can't imagine like storing that would be easy for the players.
Well, I have to say, if you look at the size 9, it's just
Each
a
and
step
every
bigger.
one of you has proven yourself time and again.
And a retaliator can already
We will
have
not
6.
lose
Well,
the system.
The Polaris is like double the length at least.
We will not fall back.
But like a size 12 is going to be like half.
Full up, Cal. You got a point.
Copy that.
Like half.
Tally's on me. Let's say hi.
We will win.
At least like 35% or
Because
45%
we have
of
to.
that Polaris is torpedo. If we're talking about a size 12. Because like the third one, whatever size we're talking about, I think about it like dollars and quarters. So you have like off the top of my head here. Let's just go with the javelin. The javelin's $1. It's a whole $1. Nice. There you go. Idris's are like $half, and then below that you have Polaris a quarter. It takes 4 Polarises to make up a javelin, you know, and then it takes. It's not really that accurate, but it takes 2 Idrises to make up a javelin. Not that accurate, but
Okay, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
But it only takes 1 Polaris to take down a javelin.
Oh no, of course. No, hands down. Like I'm not talking about its firepower. I'm specifically talking about, like, in my mind, I don't think it's going to be able to carry, if it can, many of them, if at all, of the size 12s. Maybe like a size 11 and a couple more size 11 than size 10s, because I know the Polaris is supposed to have something stupid like 16 or 30 size 10 missiles. The size 10 torpedoes.
24, I think.
24, there it is, yeah. Some fucking ridiculous shit. Oh, you guys are still watching the trailer? Nice.
Wow, yeah, I've never seen the full trailer. I've only seen parts of it. This shit looks crazy.
Yeah, man. Well, there you go. I hope that answers kind of some questions.
Well, yeah, they're gonna have to have the aliens done by the time this comes out.
They're done. Squadron 42 is like gray box complete, I think, for the majority. It's just like a lot of like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think there is a trailer.
Yeah, there's a trailer for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it
It's
yet.
this chick in a mine, and she stumbles upon this kind of ruined thing.
Oh, wait, yeah, I have.
You sure this is the right
Yeah.
place?
There you go.
never steered us wrong before.
And I'm the one
Alright.
smoking
Good
weed
enough
right
for me.
now. Tisk con.
Well, I'm glad that we got the Onion Knight in here, man. Just glad to see him.
Hell yeah. I'm very happy to see a lot of the actors that are. It's a lot of really like upper end actors, and I'm very surprised. Now, my
Yeah,
thing
I
is,
was
like,
surprised too.
yeah, my thing is how much money did they spend on them?
I can't remember who it was. I heard one of them actually plays. Who the fuck was it? One of them plays games, and he heard about this game, and he asked if he could be in it. Who was it? Which one was?
Man of Steel, the guy from Man of Steel, I think.
Maybe. I can't remember who it was, but he's supposed to be. He asked to be in the game, so he might not have even made it a big deal as far as money goes. He might have just been like, "Put me in the game."
Mark Hamill starring as Old Man is, I think, perfect. I think that's so, because like you're gonna be able to directly contrast both acting methods that he approaches this with, because you can already see the difference between him as Luke Skywalker working with Disney, and then like him as Old Man working with CIG as a private thing. Oh my god.
Well, that's one thing I really appreciate about Star Citizen, and I wish people would understand that. Like, Star Citizen is doing this like solely. You know, they're not out here with like, big contracts from big companies like EA, backing them. They're basically doing this solo and figuring out how to do it on the way.
There's no Chinese money here, is what we're talking about.
Yeah, no Chinese money.
Oh, Ching Chong money.
No Ching Chong money here.
Oh,
If there's any Ching Chong money, Starship. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah.
Don't let the Chinese overlords ruin your game.
If Tencent buys this game, I'm refunding the entire thing, and
Oh, dude,
I will
dude.
take them to court. I will take COG
I will
to
take
court.
them to court. I'll join
sorry,
you. Class
what?
action lawsuit.
If Tencent, if Tencent, the company that bought this investment firm from China that buys up like companies buys up a majority of their stock.
Hi everybody.
Like, hey,
in this video, I'm going to be doing a review of the.
And they're shitty, and they're communist as fuck, and they're really just shitty, just really really shitty. Yeah.
And this dick died.
Well, you do know, Tencent was hired to do PUBG Mobile, and then they stole all the assets to make Ring of Elysium. That's why it's not an American game, because those are not legal assets in the United States. Those are illegal in the United States, but since China doesn't recognize intellectual property the same way as the rest of the fucking world.
Yeah, because they can get
here
away
in the
with
United States.
Yeah.
Here in the United States, if you steal intellectual property, totally illegal. You'll go to jail. You'll lose your business. That's not okay. But in China, they allow their companies to have so many stolen intellectual properties. That's why, like, you see all these bootleg things, and like, they'll come from big Chinese companies and nobody says anything. Like, look at those gamer chairs that are like $50 from China that look just like the name brand ones from the US. But you can't buy them here. You have to ship them from over there because we don't allow people to produce stolen property. Go China!
Let me tell you something. China bad. China bad.
China is bad. I'm down for that. Dude, Hong Kong's dumb though. Like, Hong Kong goes through that whole like bullshit right now. They're stupid because they're antagonizing their government to just execute all of them. That's all they're gonna do. It's gonna come down to the point where they drive those tanks into Hong Kong and they just fucking like
Square round 2. But now they're an independent state. No, it's not that they think that they are. They're an independent state from
technically
Beijing and from China.
Well,
they're an independent country.
Because Europe, who was it specifically? England owned them for a long time, and then they gave them back. They gave China back ownership of Hong Kong, but under a contract between the two countries, well, between them and the UN, basically, that said, they will live under our laws, but you will have control of them. Well, that hasn't actually been the case because they still tamper with all their they want to say that they have democracy there, but the Chinese government gives them the two people to vote for, and they're like, yeah, you have freedom to vote for these two people, nobody else. And technically, it could start a world war if China decides to forcefully take control of Hong Kong, because
the UN will then intervene.
Yeah, I don't think they will. I don't think they will. If they intervene, that's World War III. China will step up. China's the most aggressive country on earth. If you border China, they will seriously drive tanks into your country and like make shit happen.
But China can't make itself a political enemy of every single other country on the planet, maybe aside from Russia and North Korea.
Right, they're partnered with Russia and North Korea. Those are the scariest ones.
No, but still, they're not. They can't fight everybody. It's not just. Yeah, it's kind of like it's where the thing is that we live on a very small rock on the grand scheme of things. If even small nuclear arms were to be used, things would be very destructive. So
No,
this
I agree.
without the radiation. Well, antimatter has radiation. Does it have radiation that kills you, like fucking atomic radiation? You think so?
If it's used improperly, maybe.
I wanna put a solid plausible on that. I know if you touch antimatter, it's antimatter, duh. You know, but
Yeah, but like antimatter is like $1 trillion for like half a gram for like a
no,
microgram.
yeah.
Not. We can only make it in Sweden though. That's the only factory on Earth that can make it. I just watched a thing about it yesterday.
Very cool. The particle accelerator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they can store it for 400 days. They can like hold individual anti-particles for like 400 days is the longest they've been able to hold it. My question is like, how does it not? What happens? Because I guess it eliminates is what happens. But since it's so tiny, the explosion isn't very big. I'm not understanding what happens to it after that 400 days.
I think of it like a negative. It's like I want to think about it as it's kind of like a negative explosion. It's not even it's not an implosion, but it's like a negative reaction to what's happening with the matter around it. So you can like if you will go ahead, you might know more. Mm-hmm.
Good stupid dipshit.
Yeah,
Bomb.
dude, that shit's scary. Did you hear what happened when they blew that up? It blew up. It blew out windows in Sweden or Switzerland or whatever. What the fuck? If that was the United States,
They
we would have
only
fucking
used
been
it
like,
one
"Whoa,
third of the
chill out."
power.
Well, yeah, but imagine the United States. That would have been the U.S. that fucking had blown out windows next door. The U.S. would have been like, "Yo, don't ever do that again." But Sweden was like, "Hey, we're sorry that happened." Like, because European people like to apologize for everything.
And it's
That's scary, actually. That's terrifying.
again.
We have vacuum bombs now, which basically explode and then implode or something like that. I don't know how they work, but it sounds pretty crazy. No. Holy shit! I'm looking at videos of these vacuum bombs, and Russia's got them in all different sizes. They blow you up, and then they pull you in or some shit. It does both. Like when you watch the video, it'll blow you out, but like parts of you come in. It doesn't even make sense. This literally doesn't even make sense. This is like not even real. Why do we spend this kind of money on fucking bombs and weapons? Like we don't even use them. Like why are we doing this? Like give me better fucking computer parts.
Deterrence.
Give me a better phone. Give me sustainable energy. Yeah, but I don't think we'll get it first. I think Europe will get it first. When it comes to like true science, Europe is miles ahead of us, bro. They got so much stuff. I mean, look at like we don't even have a huge hadron collider like they have. Like they're made all the big steps. We fund like our scientists go over there to study. You know what I mean? So right, but that probably also gives them all the rights to having it. You know? Yeah, but they probably pay for a bulk of it, so any breakthroughs they will claim as their own, and we'll get like partnership of it. But they'll be like, it's like if you have insurance and your wife gets on your insurance, you're the head on the insurance, but she's secondary. She did what? That sounds scary.
We have made black holes on Earth.
Yeah, don't do it.
We already have done that. It's a micro black hole, is what they call it.
Yeah, but see, science is pretty scary because when they were doing the math for the hadron collider, they said there was two possibilities on the table. One, it would work as expected, and two, it was like a 60-40 chance. And the other option was it was going to create a giant black hole and kill everybody on Earth. And they were like, "Well, fuck it, let's see what happens." And it was the same thing when they built the nuclear bomb.
Well, we did.
They were like, and the nuclear bomb, they were like, "Oh, could light the atmosphere on fire or just blow up like we thought. So maybe we shouldn't do it." And they were like, "Nah, we'll do it. We'll see what happens." Like, just imagine if it went the other way. We wouldn't even be here today over some dumbass fucking military bullshit that nobody even cared about in the first place. And another thing I don't like is like how people think nuclear power is the future. Like it's not, because like one accident could like cause so much radiation, it's not even worth it. Yeah, it's not even worth it. Oh yeah, thermal energy. Yeah, I mean, because you could just dig. We can dig deep enough to get that thermal energy. So I feel like that would be pretty doable. It's expensive, but nuclear power. I live in Omaha, Nebraska, right? We decommissioned our nuclear power plant here in Nebraska like decades ago, and our local power company, OPPD, like 60% of all of our money that goes to OPPD goes to paying to maintain the nuclear waste from the power plant. Right,
No,
and they tried to pay
space.
people to take it, but nobody will take it because then they have to take on that debt forever. So it doesn't matter how much you pay them now because ultimately it's going to cost them more in the future.
But the problem is with America and capitalism is I want a nuclear facility, I want the best available, but I want it at the cheapest price. People are going to cut corners.
I mean, that's what happened in Japan. They were just lying about stability. Maybe.
Maybe nuclear bombs.
Hey, Mr. European guy, where are you from?
The Netherlands.
Oh, you is that the place that has the good internet? You guys all got like gigabyte internet or some shit. Is that the Netherlands?
Yeah, but my internet kind of sucks in this house. Holy goddamn shit, this is much I need to do. Team fights.
Holy shit, dude! This fucking vacuum bomb's crazy because it blows up, but it sucks the explosion in as it blows up. It just makes no fucking sense, dude. I'm
Yeah,
still
but
baffled by
a
this thing.
nuclear bomb also blows out and then sucks back in.
I did not know that. Did you also? Did you also know? Go on. Okay. There,
Yeah, because we wish to blow up Canada, California first.
oh yeah, because everybody knows that earthquakes don't affect fucking nuclear power plants at all. That's totally safe. Their cities are also super dense. Jesus.
Sorry guys, I'm being quiet. I'm being yelled at by several people here.
No, you're fine. Oh yeah, because if there's a nuclear meltdown, that's totally good for the environment. Right, but right, well now they have power plants where you don't waste out the remain like when you can only use 10% of your nuclear uh waste or nuclear fuel before. You could only use 10% and then you had to toss it because it wasn't stable enough or whatever it was. But now they have it so you can use up to like 60% or something. But still, it's maybe even more than that. But still, it's like I don't trust humans. So like an earthquake could happen, and it's just like then you're all fucked. Is that the U.S. version of the? There's like a UN kind of thing that goes around and checks all the world's nuclear power plants. Which, by the way, did you know it's against that? I'm gonna say UN, but it's not technically the UN, but it's against UN law actually to have your nuclear power plant above water, like above a reservoir or anything, or above a aquifer, because if it goes critical and it melts through the rock and the dirt and it hits the water, well, what happens when you split hydrogen? They're like, if it goes critical, you could split all those hydrogen molecules. But the crazy part is, almost every single nuclear power plant on Earth is above a aquifer because of the cost of using the water to cool the power plant. It's way cheaper to just build it right above. And that's one of the things they were worried about in Japan is like if this thing actually goes critical and it melts through and it hits that water, what's actually going to happen? Because we've never had that happen before. So they were just like, oh, I guess we'll see. Could destroy the whole planet. We could turn into another sun, but we'll see. I'm sure that'll happen in our lifetime. We'll see it happen. I mean, because earthquakes, wildfires, eventually. What do you mean? Oh, in Maine? Okay, now try to cross-reference things like aquifers and nuclear power plants. I guarantee you, every single one of them are above bodies of water. Of course not. That sounds like a genius name. How inspiring. Anti-Satan. The Antichrist. To make you just in case if one blows up, they have another one. Oh, to maximize explosion, you know. So when they want to, you guys, it's just over. Maybe that's secretly the government's plan. If they just set up all these nuclear power plants, and when they're just done with everybody, they're ready to lay waste. They're just gonna like let them all go. It'll be a false flag attack. It'll be like Russia just bombed us, but really they just blew up all the power plants. Oh, bro, I have no idea. Do any of you guys have an ultra wide monitor? I'm not really into the ultra wide. Like I've seen some at my Nebraska Furniture Mart. They're like fucking 4 feet long. What the fuck is that? Or 3 feet long? That just seems too much. Bangkok has 3 nuclear power plants. That seems like such a not developed country to be doing something like that. Bangkok, Bangkok, capital of Thailand. Thailand itself isn't very developed, so I wouldn't give Thailand nuclear power, but that's just me. It's not in Thailand. Oh shit! Hey, Thailand. Thailand does have nuclear power plants. I think. Oh wait, no, it does not. It has no nuclear power plants because the rest of the world did not think they were a suitable nation to have nuclear power. Thank God. I mean, because you know, My friend's been to Thailand, and it's cool, but it's not a country that's got like good infrastructure to be putting nuclear power plants up. That seems like a lot. None of them are nuclear, though, right?
This shit is retarded. Yay. You have the power, what the fuck? Okay. We have oil. The United States wants to know your location.
Wait, where are you guys all from again?
Netherlands.
Netherlands. Wait, hold on. I gotta. You guys are the ones with all the cool looking houses that are kind of retro, right?
What?
Yeah, the East Coast is. They've always been fucked up. Yeah, the Netherlands is beautiful. You guys got like all that really retro looking stuff going on there.
Directly above a fault line. Yes, so we can just shove it in the ocean if it goes nuclear.
Yeah,
Goes critical.
somebody
Just
thought
shove it in
about
the
this.
ocean. Let that cool off. There's enough water in there.
Watch it just evaporate the whole Earth and cause an indefinite rain.
You like,
What do they currently do during a meltdown?
you're going to
How do they
hear
cool it down right now if there's a meltdown? What do they even do?
water.
They just pour.
Oh,
Doesn't it evaporate like instantly because it's so hot? So they just. Huh. Yo, guy from the Netherlands, is where you live as beautiful as it is when you Google Netherlands? Does it all look like this? This is crazy. Guess what?
I don't know what you're looking at though, but
Just like loads of. I don't even know how to explain it. Like all your houses, everything just looks like. It looks like the Parliament buildings, is like the crappiest building I see. It's something that looks like Parliament basically, and then everything else is just fields of flowers and like those little houses and shit. Little like, I don't know. It's just crazy. You guys
can you
got
post a
weird houses.
picture?
What's that? Philadelphia.
Your mom's vagina. Pretty close. Oh. But if you post a picture in voice chat text, I can look at it. You're looking at swastikas again, huh?
Wait, where the fuck did my hold on my chat went? Where did you guys go? Okay. On my phone, when I use Discord, it always turns off my fucking mic, so it just goes, to the speakerphone. It always turns it off, and it annoys me.
Say that I don't have a peculiar interest. Do I know Ireland? Yes, I know Ireland. Oh. No. Italy? Oh, I don't know.
For Star Citizen, yeah, Star Citizen's gonna support full VR eventually.
What? You know what? Okay.
Oh, I'm buying this computer from this guy, and it's got an i9 9900K. It's got
Yeah.
yeah, and he's like now he's like acting like we're friends. He's like messaging me, telling me all about his life. I'm just like, bro, can you leave me alone for like 5 minutes? I'm just trying to buy your computer. Let's not be friends. He's also selling me a monitor for $200. It's a Samsung
Star Citizen is an ever expanding
1440p at 144 hertz. You think it's probably worth it? Samsung's a good brand. 114p, pretty good.
But was the friend of yours just a random guy?
Yes. But he does live like right down the street from me. Yeah, he lives like right across the street. He's like literally 2 blocks from me. Well, I don't actually like people. Like, honest to God, if I seen somebody dying, I would just watch. I would not save anybody. I would never save a human life. Humans are fucking no. I would never save a life. I would. That's a dude. I think it's crazy when somebody reads the obituaries over somebody they don't know. They cry. I used to have this teacher that would do that, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You don't even know that person. That person probably raped their nephew. You don't even know. That's like when 9/11 happened. Everybody was crying. I was just like, I don't even like you guys didn't cry when we blew up cities in the Middle East and that killed thousands of people. Like what? Who cares? Like people die every day. You guys gonna cry about it? Like it happens. Yeah, they're basically our fault to begin with. Let's not lie here. Why do you think the Netherlands never gets blown up? It's because the Netherlands aren't out there fucking up fucking countries for the fun of it.
That is quite true.
They're like Sweden. They're like, yeah, well, you guys have problems, but those are your problems. We'll just deal with us. You guys really do that. You guys do that whole what is it? What is it? You can't help others until you can help yourselves. Whereas America's like, yeah, we have homeless people and fucking all kinds of problems, but we're gonna help other people first. Why is my bird so loud? Can you hear my bird? Being super loud for no reason.
Star Citizen is an ever-expanding universe, but now we're also going beneath the surface by adding a completely new, unique location, which is caves.
FPS mining in 3.7 is the most lucrative business by far. Discover deposits and mine them. If you don't bring protection, expect some risks and you might die and not make it out alive.
With mission sharing, you'll be able to take on harder missions with your friends. That means there'll be more rewards, such as loot, or maybe even reputation that you can share together.
Players can already earn ships in the game.
With the addition of ship rentals, this will allow the players to try out different professions and explore what suits their game style.
With the new quantum enforcement feature, players will be able to pull others out of quantum travel, at the same time preventing them from escaping into it.
With the Banu Defender, we're introducing the first ship of a brand new alien species, which is exciting because it'll be the first time we get a really good look at what the Banu actually look like and where they live. And it looks awesome.
So with 3.7, new players will start seeing the glimpses of what we're trying to do.
So see you in the verse.
Your targets will never know what hit them. The ballista from Anvil. rise above.
We understand the allure of the light. We hear the call of the dark. Our legacy is one of precision in design, of balance and inescapable duality. The push and pull of seemingly opposing forces working in concert to create a consonant equilibrium. The Archimedes and the Merlin. Duality of design. Kruger, precision perfected.
What am I most excited about 3.6?